Hello guys, it's me again, Kiana, and welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, we are going to be doing my May wrap-up. In the month of May, I finished 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I finished 9 books, but I DNF'd one, so technically I read 8 books. So let's just go ahead and get started with this video. The first book I finished this month was Percy Jackson and the Olympians, book 1, The Lightning Thief. I read this via audiobook, and I ended up giving this a 4 out of 5 stars. If you do not know what Percy Jackson is, it is okay. Now that the Percy Jackson show is coming to Disney Plus, everyone's going to be reading this. Percy Jackson follows, of course, a guy named Percy Jackson, and he, unbeknown to him, is the son of the sea god Poseidon. One day, on a school trip, his algebra teacher turns into a demon and tries to attack him. And then when school's over, his mom tries to take him to the lake, and they are getting tracked down by a Minotaur, and his mother gets taken to hell. So now Percy Jackson is at Camp Half-Blood, which is a home for half humans, half demigods, half godlings. And he has to go on this journey to try to find Zeus's lightning bolt that was taken from winter solstice, and he has about 5 days to do it. I honestly forgot how much I love the series, how sarcastic Percy is, and it was just so amazing. I am so excited for this series that's going to come out, especially because Rick Riordan is going to be the one writing the screenplays. He's going to be helping with the casting, and I hope a lot of sarcastic stuff that is in the book is in the shows as well, and I can't wait. I'm very happy that I read this. The second book I read was on my April TBR, and I listened to this audiobook, and it messed me up because I was crying at the end, and that is They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. If you haven't read this, be prepared. You're going to cry your eyes out. I do not know why nobody warned me. In this book, you get a call on the day you're going to die. They say, hey, within 24 hours, you're going to die, and you're able to go on this app called The Last Friend, and meet with other people who are also dying, and you can be friends with them. So we follow 2 different kids, Mateo and Rufus. They are 2 completely different people, and they meet up and they become friends, and of course they fall in love. And the way they ended everything, I was literally in my bed playing Animal Crossing, sobbing because I was listening to this. This was absolutely amazing. This is technically my first ever book I've read by Adam Silvera that he didn't do like it with Becky Albertalli, and I absolutely love this, and I do want to read his other stories. This was amazing. This was a 5 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was a graphic novel, and that was Giant's Day Volume 7, and I enjoyed this. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars, and this one talked about a lot of things. It talked about, you know, when your friends are dating people that you necessarily don't like, and they bring them home because technically you're roommating with them. For those who don't know, Giant's Day follows 3 girls, Susan, Esther, and Daisy. They met their first year of university, and they have been best friends literally ever since. And Daisy is dating this girl who the others do not like. She hikes up their rent, their phone bills, their heat bills. She draws provocative shit on the wall. They just don't like her. And then, you know, you got Esther dealing with the fact that she likes her ex, but he's dating someone. It was a whole bunch of stuff. I really did enjoy this. This was a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read is a 2020 release for once, and that is Arusha and the Tree of Wishes by Roshan Chasky. This is book 3 in the Pandava Quartet. So far, there's only 4 books. And since I can't say much about this because it's the 3rd book, I will talk about the first book. In the first book, we meet a girl named Arusha, and she is known to be a pathological liar. One day during Thanksgiving recess, her schoolmates come over to her mother's job, and she tries to show them off this cursed lamp. And they're like, well, if it's cursed, then break it and wake the person up. And she does, and she wakes up the sleeper, and she finds out she's the daughter of the sleeper, and she is the reincarnated spirit of a Pandava brother. I absolutely enjoyed this. The freaking shit that happens. I need to link the reading blog that I read this up above because a lot of shit happened. I did enjoy this. This was a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was, of course, Giant's Day Volume 8. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. And this one talked about, again, Daisy's girlfriend, but it talked also about when your college professors try to take advantage of you, which does happen a lot. Really did enjoy this. I love that it touched that subject because it does happen. 4 out of 5 stars. I then read an arc I was sent, and that is The King's 100 by Karen Riggs. I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I did a whole complete review about it that I will link it up above, so I'm not going to talk about it. I really did enjoy it. You guys should check out that review and check out the book when it comes out. The 7th book I read, I caved into the hype, and I read Heartstoppers Volume 1 by Alice Oseman, and I love this, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. This follows 2 boys, Charlie, who was outed as gay a year ago, and it follows also his like a rugby player, Nick, who they are paired in class one day and they slowly become friends. Charlie starts liking Nick, but he knows Nick is straight, but then Nick is like, am I gay? And starts liking Nick, and this was so adorable. I hope volume 2 and 3 get like published in the US really soon, because this was so cute and it was so adorable, and it was a 5 out of 5 stars. The 8th book I read finally was The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson, which is book 2 in the Truly Devious trilogy. And let's just say I enjoyed it, but I do believe it suffered from middle book syndrome. Truly Devious follows a girl named Stephanie, and she is obsessed with this case that happened in the 1920s, 1930s. And she is accepted into the school where it happened based off the fact that she wants to solve that case, because it was technically never solved. A lot of stuff has happened. We find out who really does it in this book, which threw me in a world hill, and I really did enjoy this, and I cannot wait to read the 3rd book. This was a 4 out of 5 stars. And then the one book I actually DNF'd, which was a graphic novel, which never happened before, is Rat Queens Volume 7. I couldn't get past 25 pages, and that sucks because I love this series. Rat Queens follows a group of magnificent girls who are all really different, and they basically, some have magic, some don't. One is a god, one's like a dwarf or something. And I absolutely love this, but for some reason this was just boring and I couldn't push myself to read it, and I was really upset about that. So usually when I DNF stuff, I just give it 2 out of 2 stars. And that's it. But those are all of the books I read in May, and I loved a lot of them. Some of them were okay, and I'm still upset I DNF'd a graphic novel, which has never happened before, and I explained that in the reading vlog that I did. But that is all for this video right here. I'll be leaving here 2 videos I honestly feel you guys should go check out. I try my hardest a lot to post 3 times a week, and I'll be seeing you guys very soon with another reading vlog. Bye guys.